Hello, my name's Julie. Thanks for joining me again for another video, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something that I've not done before, and that's setting up this journal from Happy Planner, which I'm going to be using as a Disney Princess journal. I'm going to be using some alphabet stencils from Oopsie-Daisy, and I have stickers from Happy Planner, Live Love Posh and Plannything, as well as this Disney sticker anthology from Dorling Kindersley. I do have a flip through of this on my channel, and some Dorling Kindersley Disney Princess sticker books. Everything I'm using will be linked in the description, including any affiliate links and codes, so do take a look at that if you're interested in anything you see. I'm quite new to the world of bound journals, but if you've ever been interested in setting one up, either as a reading journal or a travel journal, or just like me for something you're really interested in, like a TV show, movies, or anything really that you want to document, then I hope you'll find something in my process today that will be of use to you. I'm going to start with some pre-planning, which I think is a must if you are starting a brand new journal. But if you're interested in the actual decorating, then feel free to skip to that part of the video. One of the first things you need to do when setting up a journal is to count the pages and decide how long your journal is going to last and how everything is going to fit in it, because you don't want to get to the end and find you've run out of room. I'm listing here the 13 princesses, and yes, I know technically they're not all princesses, but these are the 13 films that I want to cover in this journal. I'm writing them in the order that the films were released, as that's the order I'm going to have them in my journal. You can see I made a mistake, but as I'm using a Frixion erasable pen, it was easy to correct. I was probably too eager to jump onto Mulan, who's my favourite princess, and nearly missed out poor Pocahontas. In case you're wondering why I'm making a Disney journal and what I'm going to write in it, I'm a big fan of the Disney Princess films, as you may or may not know. I have lots of memories tied up with them and the songs, particularly for the earlier years. And of course, I have lots of beautiful Disney stickers that I want to put to use rather than leave in a sticker book on the shelf. Next, what I'm doing is writing down the colours that I associate with each princess based on the dresses they wear. And although there is some overlap, what I've tried to do is choose just one colour for each different princess, as I'm planning on adding tabs to my journal and I want to use different colours for each of the princesses. Now I want to plan out what I'm actually going to do in the journal and how I'm going to fit what I want to do in. My original plan was to have a double page as a title page with the name of the princess and some decoration, then a double page about that princess, then another double page about the villain, then the friends, then the partner, and one double page for any extras. That makes 6 double pages per princess, and I've got 13 princesses, so that's 78 pages, so I know that's going to fit into my 80-page journal. I'm going to make the title now, and I decided to do it on label paper. This is because using stencils takes quite a lot of trial and error, and if I make a mistake I can just start again, whereas if I do it straight into my dot grid journal it's going to be hard to cover it up. I did actually buy this font with the intention of using it for all of the lettering, but it turned out that if I used it for names like Cinderella, they wouldn't actually fit across the page and it looked very cluttered. So what I'm doing is mixing fonts with another Oops-a-Daisy stencil that I have, and I think it will look okay, or at least I hope so. And then I will be able to fit in all the letters of all the names using the same two fonts. I like this one because it had lots of curls on it, very princessy. Getting the spacing right can be tricky. So I'm doing the longer word first. With these Oops-a-Daisy stencils, they have the little missing parts of the letters down the bottom. So I just need to find the right one for the letter E. Pop it in, and that's done. What I found with that particular stencil was that all the letters were completely different sizes because of the curls. So you couldn't use your usual trick of counting how many letters in the word and putting the central letter in the middle. And then obviously when I brought in the second font, that was a different size again altogether. So the only real way to make sure the words are centered is to do it on a scrap piece of paper first until you get it looking right. Initially I was going to use a pencil, but I do have these Pigma Micron pens. I probably won't have all the colours I need, but as I did have a blue, I decided to use it. That's not too bad. I think the S could have been slightly further over. The other thing that's really tricky about using alphabet stencils is making sure the letters are all on the same level. There's no real way of doing that. You kind of have to eyeball it. So that's another reason I decided to go with label paper rather than doing it directly in the journal. Not too bad. I'm not the best at colouring, but I'm pretty satisfied with that. Now comes the fun part. I thought since I have quite a lot of scalloped washi in my collection, I should be able to find the majority of the colours for the princesses. I don't have a corner rounder. That's something I think I might need to buy. And maybe one of those gyro cut devices. I've seen lots of people who make Dutch door pages and fancy pages make. I thought I would use circles for the tabs at the side, and I've changed my mind about the colour. I couldn't find a nice red circle, so we're going with blue for Snow White because I have two that match. And this is a way to make an easy page tab. It will match the title I made, and these are the florals I wanted to use from Whimsical Summer from Live Love Posh. This is an old sticker book. I think I'd quite like to frame the Snow White with some of these florals, but they are a little bit large. I wanted to have a picture of Snow White on this page. I may cut this leaf off and then they will be a little bit more manageable. Although generally I prefer paper stickers, they can be tricky to work with and they're not quite so good when you want to do overlapping. These also have quite a thick white border on them. Just checking that I'm going to have room if I do that. I think so. So I shall stick the Snow White down. I'm rather pleased my label paper is a white that matches this journal paper. If I just do myself a pencil mark, then I can rub that out later. I still think it looks too far over. I think there's going to be a limit to how many times I can peel this up. I think this will have to be my final try. That will do. Doesn't look quite right to me. I'm going to try maybe using a template circle. Not sure which size. I think it will have to be this bigger one. I'll do it with pencil, and if I don't like it, then I can get rid of it. The only thing is it's not going to be very central. Let's just try. I think it looks okay, so I'm going to rub that out and go in directly with the pen. This wasn't in my head at all, so sometimes you just have to go with it. If I'd known I was going to do that, I probably would have made that a central feature of the page, but never mind. I'm going to find a nice picture of Snow White to put at the bottom. This one, I think. We'll move on to this side now. Add the red washi. We need some flowers on this side. It's difficult to judge with there being such a thick white border. I'm not sure at this point whether I'm going to go all the way along the bottom. I'm wondering about this one at the top and then overlapping the circle a little bit more. I'm not sure. We shall go for it. And this is going to be harder to cut. I'm not sure. I think we'll keep going along the bottom here. Use up these cut off pieces. I think we'll go for all the way along the bottom. And you know I like my balance and symmetry, so I'll have this one here. I'll add a little bit up the side. I've gone more or less all the way around with the florals, and now I'm going to bring in some rainbow journaling boxes from Mojo Jojo Plans and a couple more pictures of Snow White. At least I can use the lines as a guide for sticking the boxes on. This one is a bit smaller, I think, and will fit a bit better. And I don't know if I can find a little quote or something to go here. I can't really find a quote I like, and I don't really want words across from the title, so I will just add in a few sparkles here and there. And some here. I did think about adding an apple to the tab, but then if I do that I'll have to find something to add to every single tab, so at the moment I'm going to leave the tabs plain. The next page I want to make is a tricky one where I have a magic mirror and I cut the page so that you can see the evil queen and also Snow White. And I'm not really sure exactly how I'm going to go about that, but at least I have made a start, although there's a long, long way to go. Hopefully, if you've never taken on a project like this before, I've given you a few ideas. And if you do want to see more of me creating pages in this journal, let me know in the comments. That's it for today. Happy planning, take care, and see you soon.